Greetings everyone and welcome back to Rise of Industry, and a very worthwhile little tip down here. If a product stores more units than what the shop demands, it will store the excess units and bring the product's price down. To keep the prices high, you'll want to keep an eye on how much you send to a shop as a settlement's population changes over time. Very well, let's have a look in Llandaff and just see how things are going here. We are actually storing quite a lot of orange. Rightio, they will use 8 per 15 days. Let's consider changing this then. Currently, we have a destination. The percentage stored at the destination. No. We do not want that. We want, let's say, if they use 8, we'll store 16. Every 15 days. That's the amount that they can keep. There we go. No more will be sent over, which, given that we are storing it there, that's going to create a bit of an interesting problem for us. Well. Things have started off interestingly. Welcome back, everyone. Now, before we get down to the nitty-gritty of trying to resolve that particular problem, I wanted to just bring to everyone's attention that I have been very fortunately afforded an opportunity to run a giveaway for 5 game keys for Rise of Industry. Return of the Oranges. But we're going to be doing this as a plain old raffle. Those of you who've been with the channel for a little while will know what to expect. But for anyone who hasn't been here for one of the giveaways before, it'll be fairly simple. Down in the comment section below, when this video goes live, I will have a pinned message just asking anyone who's interested to put their name down in a reply to that comment. I'll only be considering the replies to that particular comment. It'll be one of my comments, it'll be pinned, so it'll be at the top of the comment section, just because there is too much of a risk of me missing a comment if the comment section just gets massively bloated with people, and I wouldn't want to miss anyone. So if you can please put your interest in just a simple reply to that comment, letting me know that you'll be interested. I will then use random.org to select one commenter at random, and I will announce the winner in the next video. We will be giving 1 key away every episode for the next 5 episodes. So keep your eyes open, and if you are interested, then please do let me know again in the comment section below. But with that said, now then, we've got a bit of an issue here. Well, I was about to expand a bunch of things, but I feel that we need to do something else. This is a bit of an interesting problem for us. Now, what we can do is we can open up a truck depot. This is going to allow us to start selling our product at different towns. If we can maintain or just kind of meet the demand in the facility, in the town, then the price shouldn't drop too much. But we're going to need a truck depot to move it to a different town. Now, it's not a strict need, but it'll be helpful for us to have that. So we're going to go ahead and unlock trucks. Now, the way that the truck depot works is you build this kind of like a warehouse, but it interacts with warehouses. It doesn't collect from any of these facilities. Rather, you can have 2, like this warehouse. Let's say we had a truck depot right next to it, and then, since there's already road down here, the next city. We have a warehouse over here with a truck depot next to that one. If we were to say, at this warehouse, request oranges, then we'd be able to manage the truck depots to have a consignment of oranges delivered to that warehouse, which could then deliver it into the shops in Wrestle. Now, the things about trucks is the trucks that come out of a truck depot are slower than my normal delivery trucks, but can carry a lot more product in them. These can only carry 1 product per truck, or 1 unit of oranges per truck, which, sensibly speaking, is probably many stacks of oranges, of crates of oranges, rather. So that is definitely something we want to do. But because the trucks are slower, maybe we could look into one other thing, and that would be logistics and administration. Now then, let's have a think. What would we like to do? I'm thinking, well, we could get tunnels and bridges. That would kind of help. We could also get plus 25 speed tunnels and bridges, minus 25% tunnels and bridge cost. We can get urban road speed increase. We can do a lot of things to try and make things a little bit easier. We're just going to get urban roads. This way we can make faster roads for our trucks to use. You can also get advanced distribution, so you can get rails. This might be worth it later on. Boats, if we were trying to move to another city that had a coastal link, then that would be useful. Or zeppelins. I mean, tempted, I'll be honest. Furthermore, I think it probably would be useful for us at this point to increase how fast we can do a little bit of research. In fact, I'm going to go all... Maybe we don't need to go all in there. Being able to spend $1 million a month on research is just... sounds like a way for me to lose a lot of money. So let's not jump down that rabbit hole just yet. But let's also have a look at the construction goods store. We're only going to be using 7 every 15 days. So let's set this up to do much the same. We don't want that in. We want 14 at the destination. So it'll basically have 1 month's worth of product stored at any one time. Or 30 days, if you prefer, because I guess that isn't always a month now, is it? Next, we want to see how much wood. We'll use 10 every 15 days, so this can be a nice 20 down here. So there we go, that's all sorted. Perfect. That should prevent prices from dropping too much. We definitely don't want that. Now, we already know that we are storing oranges, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. We've cut that down a lot now because we're not going to top it up, but we knew that there were 38 there. There is no wood there, and no planks either, so those are probably okay for the time being, but we definitely need to consider working with oranges. R&D alert, we've researched grapes. We'll set that up momentarily. Okay, so we've got our warehouse down here. I'm going to say that we probably want to deliver straight to Rassel itself. Okay. Well, this warehouse, we're going to pop a warehouse right in the middle of Rassel. Now, this is not usually what I would do. I would usually have it on the outskirts, and then I could build up another industry around it. But that being said, if I am going to have this one over here, I wouldn't mind... Let me check. Does Rassel have different resources? Yes, it does. It has iron and coal. I believe those are resources we don't have in Llandaff. We do not have iron, nor do we have coal. Okay, so Rassel is a decent expansion option then. Alright. Well, given that, I will put this warehouse just a little ways down. I'm not going to have it sit on the road. I'm going to have it sit just proud of the road, just to... allow vehicles to move in without necessarily clogging everything up. Having the road around it, it's useful, but I'm not really sure we're going to need it down here. We'll play around with the positioning a little bit more, but we can have a truck depot nearby then as well. Okay, so we've done that for now. I'm going to change this one to... rename this to... See, I keep calling it Rassel. It's Rassel. Rassel... Trade. There we go. For the time being, its only reason for existing there is to accept product. Oh my lord, I didn't even check. Oh, thank goodness. Ah, that was so bad. I didn't even check that it could accept oranges yet. I just assumed it could. That would have been a costly mistake. Not too costly because I hadn't already set up the trucks and started moving product over there, but that could have been nasty. So please don't make my mistakes. Learn from my idiocy, please. Now, I'm thinking we could possibly produce extra planks. How many did we produce last month? We produced 4, and we produced 4 here. So we are more or less producing... well, actually, no, that was in a month. So we are vastly underproducing the amount that they will accept down here. Whereas my orchards, on the other hand, they're producing 6 units a month each. So yes, that's much more than we can accept. Okay. Well, currently then we could expand out a little bit, but how about we work on another industry? I think we probably should. Let's look into setting up our grapes. Let's see. I'm thinking we'll have a separate area for that, and we can just build it around here somewhere. So let's start off with a gatherer. We can have this gatherer, rotate that around there, it'll be nice and simple. Trucks dispatched, cost reduced by 49%, but that's in Chippenham. So no. I'm not interested in that one, I'm afraid. Alright, let's add these harvesters in. Now, I don't necessarily want... As much as that would be so neat and tidy, I don't strictly want them to be that close. I feel that's going to cause me more headache than anything else. I'll just accept that they're going to have a little bit of a trip to make these deliveries. And that's fine by me for now. There we go. Let's hook those all up like that. There we go. So that's going to be gathering me some water. We're going to rename this one to Grape. Actually, is this... okay, we should be able to fit Grape in then. Grape water siphon, because Grape siphon is going to be... It's going to imply a different mode of operation than is really going on. I would be quite disappointed if I turned up to a facility that was named Grape Siphon and it just collected water. I'll be honest on that one. Right, we're going to want another warehouse within range of our not Grape Siphon. Let's have this. Sure, we can have it level with that. Let's try and give you a little bit of room to build around. Sure, something like this should do. I think. Let me just double check the way I built this one, because I want to try and be accurate. Ooh, I didn't. No. Oh well. My bad, everyone. Oh, I'm gonna have several different facilities with oddly shaped access points. That's gonna be awful. Oh no, really? No, I refuse to accept that one. That one can go away. Okay. Does this one line up? Oh, at least one of them does. My lord. What am I doing? Making everyone's brains rot is what I'm doing. I'll just draw this out. Actually, no. No. I did have it right. Haha! I'm not a fool, after all. Well, I'm mostly a fool. Look, it matters to me, damn it. There we go. Perfect! Ah, there we are. So, this will be Grape Warehouse. There we go. And then we can pop down a couple of farms. These will make grapes. Not too surprisingly. Sure, let's have them dotted around the area. Let's not have it right there because I feel that's going to cause me some issues later on. Have this one over here, there, and there. Nice. We'll just hook that one up straight away. And we can connect there. And we'll probably have... should we have another one just down here? We could. It would kind of be encroaching on Llandaff, but I think that would be alright, generally speaking. This will be Grape Orchard 1. There we go. Sorted. Right, we are going to want to deliver farm produce, grapes to Llandaff, but again, we are going to want to restrict. Now, I believe that Llandaff can use the same amount. Let's have a look. 8 per, so yeah, exactly the same. So we're going to want to store 16 there at maximum. There we are. Perfect. That should do. Right, let's add in the rest of the farms then. Now, we can have one down here, I guess. No, it wouldn't be an awful idea. Kind of neat in its own little way. Sure, okay, we'll do that. There and there. We'll have this one just selected in it. There we go. Grape Orchard 2. I feel that naming them is just going to save us so much headache later on. It is well worth doing. Now, there are going to be 2 separate grape farms trying to deliver here. I guess we'll have the last one over in this direction, just to kind of spread it out just a wee bit. There we go. We'll have it, sure, we'll have it just tucked in. Ooh, actually, that may cause me a little bit of problem. So instead, we'll have it tucked in up here. I know this is going to mean that it's got a little bit further to go, but I think it'll look nicer this way. That does matter, I feel. Don't believe anyone who says it doesn't. There we go. And Grape Orchard 3. There we are. Nice. Right, that should all take care of itself. It'll take a little while for these places to hook up properly, but that should be okay. Now, the truck depot is a little ways from being made. Now, we're going to want it to go in this direction. So, realistically, rather than clog this road, which would be unfortunate, perhaps we could have the trucks move along down here and then just connect up. That would probably be a reasonable thing to do. Let's go ahead and do something like this. And we'll make a little bit of room for it as well. It's a bit expensive, but that's fine. We'll just pull that down. 375,000 to do that. But we've now made a little bit of a bypass there so that we can get the oranges straight up as fast as we can. And we're going to be building urban roads in no time. But it is time for us to pop down a truck depot. Sure, we can just have it kind of tucked in there if we really want to. But I think since the trucks will be leaving from here, we'll pop it there. Right, these depots use trucks to move product across the map. Trade trucks carry more than normal trucks, but move slower than other trade vehicles. You're consistently losing money. It's because I'm building so much. It's fine. We are quite fine. Don't let the banks frighten you. It's okay. We will call this one Orange Depot. Now, I believe the truck depot needs to be within the catchment area of the warehouse that it is serving. So in this case, that's fine. And we want to do the same over here. So let's just go ahead and pop you down. Have you... sure. Well, no. We would want it to pop in just around here if we could. Then it could deliver more or less straight into the warehouse. So just a little bit something like that. There we go. And we'll call this one Rassel Trade, perhaps? Permit to build in the region. Bardney. Well, let's pause that there because that may be something I want to look into. Rassel Trade Depot. Because largely we are going to be bringing items here to trade. Now, where is Bardney? Oh, just down here. What is Bardney like? Not somewhere I particularly need. It's very expensive, though. We would have to take out several loans in order to afford it. So that's a big old nope there. Ooh. Let's have a look at you. My lord, really? That is... what? That is very, very convoluted, but okay. Got a couple of farms around here, all running off one warehouse. Producing cotton, vegetables, berries. Okay. Vegetables, more of them. Potatoes. Quite a lot of different product there. Where are you delivering? To Ors. That is a one heck of a trek you're doing there. And likewise over here, why are you building these so far away? I have no idea what the AI is doing there, but it is probably witchcraft. That's what I'm going to put it down to. Right, so with that all set up, we should be good to start requesting oranges. Now, how many can Wrestle take? They'll use 7 every 15 days. Okay, so I'm going to set up a destination for oranges. Commercial, Wrestle. We want 14 to be stored at most. There we go. And as for the requests, now the way that we pull the oranges over here, we go into the request, a transportable product. I would like you to transport oranges across. Let's say we'll store up to 40. We'll take 40 product and store it there if it's available. How about down here? What kind of storage have we got? Oh, we've got quite a lot, actually. Okay. Now, with that done, we should be able to go... Oh, no, there we go. The trade depot is already dispatching its trucks. This is fantastic. We'll see how many they can carry. Hopefully, very, very soon. You've got 1 water. Again, each one can only store 1. They can only store 2. That's it. They just store 2. Well, there seems to be a shortage of oranges in your warehouse. No, that's fine. We've just requested it. It's just going to take a little time to get it. That's all. It'll be okay. Oh my good lord. The amount of... Why are you on it there? What? Oh no, they're delivering them back to the depot first. And the depot, I'm assuming... 3.3k though. That's rather expensive. Rather expensive. But we do have better roads now, so let's go ahead and start improving our roads. We still made a bit of money, but... Well, no, actually, no, we lost the money quite aggressively, actually. Let's see, why was that? Oh, it was largely because of the amount of money we were spending on new building. That's fine. That's okay. It's when we're losing that money for other reasons that we need to manage. There we go. Let's get this all upgraded so that we can get our vehicles around the place a little bit faster. It'll be worth it in the long run, I feel. Let's go ahead and just bring all of this around. There we go. We may eventually want to set that up as a one-way system around there. That might improve it a little bit. Not entirely certain, but as you can see, things are already moving a little bit faster. And this is a cost that we're only going to have to lay down once, so I don't mind doing it. It'll have a fairly aggressive impact on how swiftly all of our vehicles can move around. And that should improve efficiency a little bit. Okay. And one there as well. Now, for the long trek over here, let's get this in. Right, we're already working on the R&D budget, which is great, because after that... Ooh, select that properly. There we go. Urban road. There we go. Let's get all of these in. But once we've got the R&D budget sorted, I would very much like to look into potential other industries that we might want to start working on. And get this one down here as well. Because one of the things that we're currently doing, or rather not doing, is we are not working on higher tier products. The highest tier that we're handing out is tier 1, and that's the planks, and that's it. The oranges, I mean, I think they count as tier 1 because there's no lower than tier 1, but for all intents and purposes, these are just farm products. They are not the same as a tier 1 product, which is made in some capacity. So, for example, orange juice might count as a tier 1, I believe. If we have a look, yeah, this is just a raw resource, which is not exactly great. Not exactly great. We'll have to see what we can do with that. But in terms of the next layer, we know that they want paper. We could look into doing that. That wouldn't be a bad one to get up and running. Alternatively, we could increase the amount of harvesters we have. Now, we know we don't need more oranges. We're already overproducing. That's probably going to be the case with grapes as well, if I'm honest. So perhaps what we could look at instead is increasing our land harvesters to get more wood being gathered. And then from there, we can look at expanding out our production of planks, because currently we are not producing enough. We are only producing, where was it? 4 units, so 8 in total. That is just a little bit above the production. Just a tiny bit, in fact. I mean, we could just leave it at that, but eventually we're going to want planks for other things. So having the ability to produce more of it is probably going to be well worth it in the long run. The next one, other than that, probably going to look at paper. We know that they want that, and that's also going to be making use of the wood. So, yeah, we could look into that. Though cardboard, fairly certain that we want cardboard here as well, don't we? Let's have a look. Do we accept cardboard? We do. Ooh. Only 3 per 15 days, but that is worth a lot more, as you can see. Okay, that might be something to look at. Definitely something we can look at. Alright, I think we've got a couple of ideas there. How are our trucks doing? They just delivered? Yes, it looks like they are in fact delivering, and then these are heading into Wrestle. There we go. Marvellous. Okay, these... oh, there we are. They're heading into Wrestle Trade. And these are heading back to the depot. And then we'll probably make their way back. Oh, look, there they are. They're already on their way back. That is a long trip for them to make. But they don't have to do it too often, hopefully. How are we doing for oranges? It's not amazing, but it shouldn't be too bad. In fact, maybe I'll reduce the amount they're requesting. This does take them a long trip, though. So we kind of want to bring enough over, if we can, that the time it takes it then to get back to the other warehouse and pick up another load and bring it back, there's not going to be any kind of dip in our supply chain. Lots of options here. I'm not clear on which one would be the best. But I'm going to let a little bit of time pass. and we are going to do some research towards opening up a new industry, and of course towards getting more land harvesters so we can have more lumber mills, rather more lumberyard harvesters active per lumber mill. So see you shortly. Ooh, we have a offer to build in Farnum. Now, how far away is Farnum? Let's find you. Also, I figure I may as well mention this. We finished the R&D research. Now, it isn't an automatic thing. You go into research and then you can select how much they're allowed to spend on the monthly research budget. You can't even put 0 if you just want to. You don't want to undo the chain of research that you've selected, but you don't want to spend any money on it for a moment because perhaps you're working on something else. So I've already increased that. This is also, as it happens, how you find contract anywhere that needs advancement and loans. You can pay yours off if you've got an awful lot of money, which we don't right now. But and if we want to get this, we absolutely don't, because we're going to have to dig out another one. Right, let's have a look. Farnum, where are you? Travis-Stark, Kirkswald, Farnum, no. Alpherton, Royster, Ostery, Boyne, Escombe. Wow, Chippenham. Where on earth is Farnum? Farnum. Right by Manchester. That's not actually that far north, I guess. What resources do you have? You've got the right sort of resources, and that's not too much. Let's have a look at you. What do you require? You require oranges. You require grapes. Ressam didn't. And you would want to purchase oil. This is an option. This is certainly an option we could take. Okay. I wasn't considering it, but perhaps we are going to go for that. It's a tiny little region, all things told. Where is its border with Manchester, though? I'm assuming the border is the water here. Okay, well, it's got plenty of water. Not much arable land, though. Where are your coal deposits? Are they over here, these coal? No, those are just trees. So where's the coal? Is that it? No. I mean, I want to know what I'd be spending an awful lot of money on before I spend said awful lot of money on it. It doesn't look like I can easily see it, though, which is a bit of a problem. But okay, it's a little hamlet. It's quite far from where we are currently, but sure, we could start ferrying resources up there. We would have to make a road connection to through Manchester, but we could do that. Sure. It would be a lot of money, so we could just watch to see if anyone else takes it. No, no one else took it. Okay, if someone else had bid on it, then I would have taken out the loan in order to try and compete with them. But since no one else did bid on it, we should be fine. Eventually that will come up again, and that would be fine for me. I could start an auction, allow for an auction to begin to purchase the rights for this region, starting at 9.62 million. Can't afford the starting bid. Okay, so we can just force it. Let's have a look at you. 21 mil. Okay, I was tempted to wait and see, but no, that's not happening. Okay, what's full here? Water. That's fine. We're going to turn off the notification for that. We don't need to know when that's full of water. That's completely unnecessary. But okay, that's well, we're not bringing in a lot of money right now. We're actually losing a little bit, which is a tad bit of a problem, I must confess. We need to expand how much we're making. Right, land harvesters. There we go. Let's get down some more lumber yards. So add in a harvester, you just go to the overview, and then you should be good to place some harvesters down. We'll have one here, and then one just a little bit on from it, right there. And we'll connect these all up with our urban roads. There we go, so our trucks can move a little bit faster. Honestly, this far out, we probably don't need to use urban roads to be perfectly honest, but still, we're going to do that for now. Right, let's just make sure that we've got plenty of trees growing in the catchment area of these lumber yards, so that in the future, we don't need to worry too much. There's not going to be any kind of down time in the harvesting. There we go, that should work. Now, we're going to be producing 5 units every 10 days. So every 20 days, we will be producing 10. Over here, we use 3. every 20 days. Okay. That's not as neat. Right. Well, we've got... If there's something that uses 2 units every 20 days, or 2 things that use 1 unit every 10 days, for example. Sorry, 2 things that use 1 unit every 20 days, sorry. Then that will be fine. Let's have a quick look. What do we have options? Is there any way for me to check? Let me have a look in here. No, I'm not going to see it there, I don't think. Let's have a look at the recipe book. Now, we're thinking of possibly stuff from the paper mill. Heavy pulp, because that goes on to make cardboard. Yes, 2 every 20 days. Ooh, okay. What about paper roll? 2 every 20 days, so that would actually be perfect. If we had a paper mill factory, we would be producing paper roll. Only... we'd only be producing like 2 or 3 every month. But on average, it would be 3. That wouldn't be terribly bad, though. It wouldn't be terribly bad. We're making all the planks that we want, so sure, that doesn't actually work out too badly for us. Let's get that going, because we can sell that product straight away, at the very least. So we're going to just pop all of that research in. Now, of course, a big reason why we lost so much money is we were spending a lot of money on research, so we got the research done that much faster. And that's going to be the kicker with that. But there will be periods of time then where we don't need to research too much. So it should all balance out in the end. We'll allow that to go through. There is no point in expanding out the orchards as I was planning, because we are not making use of all of that at the moment. We are massively overproducing, actually. Though, that being said, since we are sending some over here to wrestle, maybe we could afford to. Yeah, we've got 14 stored in there, and wrestle is storing a decent amount. So it does look like it will eventually build up. Right, paper roll is complete, so let's have a quick look. We could honestly just pop it in here. I don't think there's reason not to, since it would then benefit from the plank purifier. So sure, let's pop down the paper mill. And do I want it? Well, since this is going to be a compact unit of 3 buildings all working together, sure, I can have it there, I guess. That isn't going to be a big issue there. So plank mill 1, plank mill 2, paper mill 1. There we go. So that should pull in the wood, some water, and it'll produce rolls of paper. So let's see how much you'll use rolls of paper. I think it was 7. No, it's 9. That's a lot. We could actually expand that out quite considerably. Ooh, actually, you've moved up to 9. Has that increased? Oh, it has. Very interesting. It seems that your population has grown enough to allow for a little bit more. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we're going to have to bear that in mind. Let's make sure... Ooh, wait. You know what? Let's not move that around. There doesn't seem to be much reason to do that. But we will move around paper. That should be a tier 1 resource. There we go. We want to send that down to Llandaff, and we are going to pop that in. Just 18 units can be stored. That being said, we should also adjust the amount that can be stored of planks up to 18 as well. And what about wood? Wood can be 11. Wow, okay, so 22 can be stored there. Very nice indeed. Let's close these windows down. Don't need those open anymore. And let's just adjust the grape warehouse and the orange warehouse as well. That's currently storing 16. We want to move that up to 18. The same down here, please. And indeed, thank you. There we go. Not bad at all, I must say. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. 160% there. That's quite nice. We will satisfy their need, but we're going to try not to saturate it. Allowing them to store enough for 2 whole months might be a bit of a silly. We may need to adjust that as time goes on, but definitely in terms of the paper mill, we can have more. There is a lot more product, and now that's actually true of planks as well. So given that, we probably don't want 2 extra plank mills or just 1 extra paper mill. We probably want 2 paper mills, but unfortunately that making an extra plank mill then is going to be a little bit more more of a pain. Tavistock. No, we aren't doing any business in Tavistock currently, so that's not particularly interesting to us. But definitely getting some more paper mills up and running would be a good move. Now, currently, and one extra plank mill at least. We could pop down an extra lumberyard and get another 5 in. They'll produce 10 every 10 days. That wouldn't be terrible. We could use 9 up here and then have... if we... 9 every 20 days, sorry, so that we'd have 20 every 20 days. So we'd use 9 here. But there's just no particular way that we're going to get that to line up. Unless we took that up to 12. But again, we don't need that many planks being made. And I'm not aware of anywhere else that has construction goods. Let's have a look at shop overviews. Okay. Rochester. Roaster. Has that does actually have it. Osprey, that's far away though. What about Manchester? What's Manchester require? Nothing, unfortunately. Well, I guess we don't need to strictly have the amount, because we can allow for a little bit of overflow of just wood and deliver the wood. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I think that's what we're going to be looking to do. But I'm afraid that's going to be in the next episode. So, plans for the next episode, first and foremost, to announce the winner of the first key. Do remember, look for my pinned comment in the comment section down below and reply in there if you're interested in being in with a chance to win one of the keys. And the next thing we're going to do, actually in the game itself, we will be working on expanding out another lumberyard. So we will literally just be doubling our lumbering capacity. That is probably going to require that we plant down quite a lot of extra trees. We will then increase 1 new plank mill and possibly 2 new paper mills, and then we'll just allow the little bit of leftover wood to just be delivered down to Llandaff directly. And hopefully not long after that, as you can see there, a little building has just gone up. Llandaff will soon, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, expand, and then we're going to get our new shop in there. But that's going to be it from me. I really do hope you've enjoyed today's episode and will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.